welcome back to my channel. I know I've been a little, well, not even a little, I've been MIA, but yes, I've been a little MIA because, as you know, I am in grad school and last week was finals, so I was totally tucked focusing on that. And of course, I'm a full-time mom, so she will always be my first responsibility and my first priority. And then my school and personal life is as follows. So please don't mind my hair, y'all. I'm a bit tired right now. Welcome back to my channel. I am coming to you today just letting you guys know, like, we're gonna have a little chat. We're about to get into some things, I wanted to talk about postpartum. Everybody has asked me about postpartum. Everybody has, wanted my real uncut feelings towards postpartum and how I've been dealing with it, and what's tea. So let's get into it. So if you guys don't know what postpartum depression is, it's normally what a woman goes through after giving birth. Sometimes women don't even know that they're going through it. I know myself in the beginning, I didn't know I was going through it until about a month in after me giving birth, where I started to see behaviors where I would just cry every single day, not knowing exactly like why I'm crying, but I would just cry because, yeah, life, or just I don't know why my child is going through this. Like, the biggest thing I think my child went through was, which was completely normal, but was the jaundice. And jaundice is something that most babies go through. They all have levels of jaundice. It just depends on the level of jaundice. So my baby had, her levels was at like an 18.2, and average level of jaundice is 11%. 11, and then the maximum is 22. So my baby was right there at the maximum. So almost at the maximum, I should say. So dealing with that, going back to the hospital after a week of her being born, I had her father there, of course, so that was completely helpful. But mentally, it was overwhelming. Like, they had to stick my baby in her foot. There was blood. They had her on this thing. I'm gonna show y'all a video at the end of this clip. Mommy, in my opinion, but they had it on this thing over her eyes. They had her like wrapped up. It was a light. So basically, she had to do light therapy, and that's basically, it flushes all the jaundice out through her poop. So it's like if your baby has like yellow skin, like if they're more yellow, because most babies look Chinese or white when they're first born, but if they're like within a couple of days of them being home, they're like more yellow, their eyes are yellow. I started to notice it right away, and went, call her pediatrician, and yeah, so dealing with that. And we was at the hospital for like 3 days, and not being able to like hold my baby or whatever, and it was rough. And then my body changing. People be like, oh my God, you just had a baby, so what? Like, get over it. Like, be real with yourself. You just had a baby. I get that. Trust me, duh. I know I just had a child, but it's it's more than that. It's like, damn, like my body is not what it used to be. Like stretch marks all over my stomach. Like literally my entire stomach is covered in stretch marks. And I know over time they're gonna go away. But being a person who weighed like 160 pounds and little poke, little thick, and no gut or nothing. Like I had a little pudge, but it wasn't crazy at all. Like it's nothing what I kind of got now. But yeah, so accepting that body was definitely challenging. Getting back to work, cause like my child, like I said before in a couple of my videos, like I have a fairly decent, like good baby. So I was able to go back to work at 6 weeks. So adjusting to that, it's like, whoa, like I'm dealing with life all over again. So yeah, and I worked all the way up until I was pregnant. I had left my main job where I'm at now, and I had went and picked up another job. And I worked all the way up to the Monday before I dropped. I just want to say, like, be intentional with your friends, because a lot of things that like I didn't expect happened. Like, you know, like my best friend, like one of my best friends, she did give me a heads up. Like, bitch, you finna be crying every single day. And I rolled my eyes at the text message like, girl, boom, don't wish that upon me. Don't project that onto me. Like, the fuck? I'm gonna be good. I hope postpartum passes me. No, she was fucking right. So, be intentional with your friends who just had a baby, like checking on them, like checking on their mental health. Like, not a simple, you good? Nah. Like, I feel like that question is so broad, and I don't know if it's me because like I'm a counselor in the making. So like I'm in graduate school. This is what I'm learning on how to communicate when you want a specific answer, or if you care enough. You see what I'm saying? So like asking like, how is your mental doing? How are you adjusting mentally to all of these changes that just occurred? You know what I'm saying? Like I felt like a couple of my friends did, but I felt like, you know, I was left high and dry. And that's something that new moms and like this generation kind of has forced you to kind of like be okay and just be like, okay, well, you're going through whatever you're going through. I got to deal with this shit myself. And even though that's granted, but like, who doesn't want their village to help them? Like, who doesn't want their loved ones to just lean on them and, you know what I'm saying, and just be there for a time of need? Like, I think a lot of the problem is like this generation has forced, like I see all the time, like, oh, I'm not a everyday friend. Like, you don't have to call me every day for me to be there, or you don't have to talk every day. We don't have to talk. We can talk every so months or whatever, or we can talk once in a while, and you know, like, you're still my down ass bitch. But it's like, I understand that statement, but to a certain extent, because if things are occurring in my life, right, in between those, oh, we don't have to talk every day, or like those weeks on weeks of us not like communicating, it's like, damn, you're kind of like not here. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you feel what I'm saying? That's how I feel. And I may be wrong. Leave it in the comments. I want y'all opinions on this. Actually, I don't give a fuck. And I don't give a fuck. But realistically, I just feel like everybody has made that the new norm of not being a good friend. I feel like that's okay to be absent in your friend's life, just up until it's beneficial for you, or just up until you feel like it. Like, I don't know. And I think that's totally different of understanding that your friend is going through something, So I'm not able to meet the needs of a friend or meet the needs of going to events with you or hanging out with you or doing all of that, because mentally I'm not able to. I'm not capable to at all. That's a completely different thing of like, you don't gotta call me every day, like, you know, we friends, woo. And I'd be like, yeah, like, not calling every day. Like, who wants to sit, like, be real, like, who wants to be on the phone every single day? Like, no. It's just like, I think that's an excuse of not being there for your friends. Like, it goes on in people's lives where you can literally be missing out on. And you know, I don't know, I just feel like with postpartum, like, it gets lonely. Nobody really understands until they've been in your shoes about like having somebody there. And of course, like, I had my child's father and I still have my child's father, but it's hard, like, mentally it's hard. Like, damn, I'm trying on clothes that I used to can fit. Bitch, I can't fit them no more. I gotta change a whole different wardrobe. Like, it's a whole different, you feel what I'm saying? Like, just an insecure thing, and it's a mind thing too. So sometimes I had to be intentional with my thoughts, like, of saying, like, Sabrina, like, you're okay, like, you're gonna be just fine. Your body is slowly coming back to what it used to be. And be gentle and be calm and be gracious with yourself, graceful with yourself. So I share that with y'all to just let y'all know, like, it's completely normal, and it's been on my heart to just do a postpartum video because, like, of course you feel like, damn, you not good enough or whatever, and or you just not like other people. And of course you will never be like other people, but it's like, it's so, I don't know how to say it, but it's just so like easy to compare yourself after you just had a child. Like, so I just said, like, even without like dealing with postpartum depression, it's just like, you just need to just tell people what you need from them. And if they're not able to fulfill that, place them in your life accordingly. Like, for me, I've been placing a lot of people in my life accordingly on who they are and how they are to me. Like, cool, you're like this, all right, I'm gonna treat you like this. Like, or I'm a, you know, you do this for me, I'm gonna do this times 10 because I see you fuck with me, I see you love me. So I just want to say, like, I know it's just been such a tragic year with mental health and people like losing their lives through suicide, coming from a person who deals with, like, or used to deal with suicide ideation. It's tough, and I want, like, you know, it's the holidays and it's so much to be thankful for, but I want y'all to understand that sometimes people isn't in the capacity to see past their situation, to see past their trauma, to see past their doubts and fears and downfalls, like, you know, and to just love on them, like, love on your village on how they love on you. Like, of course, like, I feel like everybody be like, check on your strong friends, check on your strong friends. Like, I think it's so much deeper than just saying, like, you good, you okay. No, like, how's your mental health doing? Like, my friend, I just shared it earlier, like, my friend Dominique, like, I love Damo, and I know Damo, like, loves me too. And when she checks on me, my mental health. Like, how's your mental? Let's go to church together. And, you know, you need people like that. And I just feel like, you know, we just got to do better as people and not force judgment on people, and not just like, because it's natural to go into our shell when we're going through things. But I just think that we just really need to just lean upon each other and just be more intentional in everything that we do. Like, I always talk about, like, being intentional. Like, be intentional, like, set goals for yourself. And if you're in that dark place, like, remember where you were a month ago. Remember where you were a year ago when you prayed for these blessings that you just received from God. Like, remember that time, that young girl, the younger you, where you was down and out and sad and depressed, and you didn't think you was gonna wake up tomorrow, or you didn't think that you was gonna have food on your table, you didn't think that you were gonna be how far you are, you didn't think you was gonna graduate college, but you did it and you overcame that. So remember that, remember your younger self where you was just so broken. No matter if that was yesterday, no matter if that was a month ago, regardless if that was a year ago, like, remember how far you came. Even though it won't be what we want to be, but it's better than what we were before, excuse me. So if he did it, and when I say he, I mean God. If God did it before, he will do it again. If he brought you out of that dark place before, he will do it again. And coming from somebody, like I said, who struggled with suicidal thoughts, and, you know, almost like a couple of times in my life trying to actually commit suicide, and dealing with depression and anxiety on a daily, like, and dealing with insecurities. Like, I have insecurities. I'm not about to be one of those influencers where I'm faking the funk. Like, if I know I'm not mentally capable, y'all won't see me. Like, this past week and a half has been mentally overwhelming. Like, I haven't been myself, and I'm not finna just put myself in front of a camera and pretend. So if you're that person, understand that it's okay to not be okay, and to just take a deep breath and love on your people. Or if your people isn't there, if your village isn't getting it, kind of go see a therapist. And because there's nothing wrong with therapy. When I first started seeing the signs of postpartum of myself, I started to see that this is unhealthy. The way I'm behaving is unnatural, like, for me. This isn't me. And I looked at my child and said, like, I want to be better for her. I need to be better for myself. I need to be better for the future me, for the person who I dreamed of being, you know? And I am getting emotional because it's hard. I'm back. I just had a moment, but it's not easy, but hang in there. Like, what keeps me going is my child. So I told myself, like, I'm gonna go back to therapy, and I'm going to work through these issues that I have, because I want to be better. Like, I want to walk in the divine that God has planned for me. You know what I'm saying? And I don't say this just to be like, ooh, fancy, but real shit. Like, I want to be the person that God has envisioned me to be. And it's gonna be uncomfortable, it's gonna be challenging, but it's worth it, because I have so many people counting on me. You know what I'm saying? So remember that. And I just love y'all. I love y'all for loving me. Even if you don't love me, you still tuning in. I love you too, boo. I love you too, boo. But I just wanted to shed some light on postpartum depression, and try to give y'all a better insight of that and mental health. So I really hope y'all enjoyed this video. I will be back in action. Just give me some time. Finals is now over. Woo! I aced all 3 of them hoes. Period. So if you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I post. Follow me on all of my social media. And yeah. And if you haven't watched all my last videos, watched my last video, so I'm gonna fight you.